Welcome to astronomy. This recording will be used for both stars and galaxies and the solar system. So, in either case, I welcome you to the course. I'm going to provide you a brief introduction to those areas in the course which are important for the observation assignment. We will be using Starry Night, which is a simulator program. It's a simulation of a planetarium. So let's get right to it. When you first log into the course, you'll hit the announcements page. If you go to Start here and then required information about labs and exams, you will come to a page where there are links to Mastering Astronomy and some instructions here on how to register. I will also give you a PDF file to help you with those websites. Now, if you scroll down on this page, you'll see that there's a Starry Night workbook, and you'll see that midterm study guide and final study guide. You can download these study guides. They're helpful, but the PowerPoints that you find in the lessons are the primary tool you should use when studying for the midterm and the final. The Starry Night Students workbook, if you click on that link, there are several chapters here. Now, you're not going to use all of these chapters, so when you go to the assignment, make sure that you get the right activity for the right lesson. For example, you may not be using activity 7 for lesson 7, so you have to be careful about that. Also, in the observation assignments, you will find data sheets which are specific for the activity that you're going to do that week. Make sure that you take a look at the introduction. So if you click on that and download that to your computer, so if you click on it, it'll open it up, and then you can save it to your computer, and you should do that so that you have that on file. Now, there's also the workbook can also be found in lesson 1. So if you click on lessons, click lesson 1. Observation assignment is found. Here's the Starry Night student workbook. It's the same set of files. If you go inside the graded assignments, you will find the observation assignment here. You download the data sheet, and from the data sheet you can find out what activity you're supposed to do that lesson. When you're done filling out the data sheet, you click on this link here and you'll be able to upload the data sheet for grading. Excuse me. Okay, what I want to do now very quickly is to take a look at Starry Night. If you take a look at the introduction and scroll down, you'll see that we have information here for Mac users, and also there's an errata paragraph which basically tells you that you should look for updates to your program. So once you have your program loaded, go to Live Sky and then check for program updates, and when you do that, you can download from the files or from those websites updates to the program. So for example, if I open up the Starry Night, when you come to Starry Night, it'll open up someplace. Now, this row of up here is called the menu. This is the icon or the button. Let's get the exact words for it. If we take a look here, that's the button bar, and then below that is the control panel. So if you look at your introduction, it'll tell you about where things are. So this is the button bar. That button bar is only on Windows operating systems, and then you have the control panel here. And this is often not notice, but you have a tool selection bar here, and you can get angular separation, arrow, constellation selector, etc. It defaults to the adaptive type of tool. So here, the adaptive type of tool, if you click right, if you left click, you can turn it into a hand and you can grab it. Or if you have a specific item. Now also here along the side here, if you take a look at the introduction, you'll find out that that side, let me see, is called the side panes. Now the side panes, we have find, and when you click on it, it opens up, and you'll use this to find various celestial objects in the sky. So for example, if we want to find Mercury, we would click on Mercury, double click on it, and the program will scroll and to the point where Mercury is visible. So right there is where Mercury is visible right now. Okay. And also you have various types of options here. You have different guides that you can do, the local view, solar systems, and so on. And so in the instructions, it'll tell you to go and to the side pane and click on it. But in a lot of ways, the side pane is very similar to the menu on top here. For example, if we want to see the solar system and we have inner planets and so on, the options here in the favorites would be the same as the options here if you followed those same choices. Okay. Now also you'll have status. It tells you sort of where you are, but you'll use the info button a lot because it tells you a great deal about the facts of what you have selected. Okay, now this would be the time flow rate area of the control panel. If I click it, the time will stop moving. If I restart it again, you can see that the time is starting to go again. So lots of times what I will do is I will hold the time flow rate because things don't change, and you have an option. You have an opportunity to work with the system without it changing. Now there's another part of the introduction is that it tells you that you can update, or you should check once you have the program loaded on your computer. It tells you go to Live Sky and then to scroll here to check for program updates. Now if I click on that, my browser will launch and I will go to Starry Night Support. If I then, and you have College 6, okay, so you would go College 6 here. It just so happens that I'm using Pro 6. And if I click on College 6 and then search, you can see that all versions of College 6 include a built-in update check which automatically checks for the latest application patches. And so in this case, you can force the application to check for latest versions by going to the Help menu and clicking Check for Updates. So in this particular case, College 6 will automatically update. But if you're having trouble with it, you might want to go to the Help menu and click on Check for Updates. In my particular case, or for any of those out there who still have a College Pro, because that's what we used to use, or Pro 6, if you search for Pro 6, then there will be files that you can download. Okay, I think that's good enough for the introduction, and so we'll my advice to you is to make sure that you read through the introduction because it tells you details about where to find things, and it's also good to have as a reference. So in case you want to know what an icon does, you can look at your introduction and it'll help you.